right, let's try this again. Let's try this the fuck again. How annoying was that? I apologize for that. Let's see if it's working. All right, let's try this again. Let's try this the fuck again. All right, cool. It looks like everything's working. That is super fucking annoying, but we are here. We are live and we're good right now. Don't know what the fuck that was all about. I think the truth don't want to get they don't want the truth to come out. So what you're going to see here is you're going to see like a crazy ass delay, right? That's what you're going to see here. And if you're on YouTube, so like I said before, if you want this to actually come out and I mean if you want to see this shit, it's going to be a YouTube thing. So let me take a look here. Yeah, man, I did it. I did everything I was supposed to do, and it literally they changed shit up. So there's that. That's super irritating, but that's okay. That's okay. We are going to press on, press on. This is going to be like one of the shortest podcasts ever, which is great. I'll be able to burn this shit out and be done with it. And be done with it. You know what I'm saying? So let me take a look here. Uh, do a this, and then do a this. We should be good. Let me just double check to see if I can. You can hear me? Okay. Yep, you can hear me. Finally, finally, we got it. We got it. How annoying was that? Because everything I did, it's exactly what I've been doing before. So don't know what that was all about. But let me know what's going on. So, all right. So I said this before that I want this. I was going to move in this direction as well. So if you are on YouTube, which is on Adolescent Therapy as well. Okay, just making sure I can hear myself. Now I'm paranoid. I've been wanting to do this shit before for a long time, and I didn't have the heart to do it, man. You know, I didn't have the heart to do it. I didn't have the balls to do it. That was the biggest thing. So I was like, man, if I do this shit, I wonder what people are going to actually say. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are the people going to say about this content? And what I've figured out on Twitter, did you see Marvel Black Panther? Yeah, I saw that shit. I'm not a fan of Marvel at all. See, what I think is happening with Marvel is that everyone, this is one of the situations where everyone wants to be on the right side of society, man. So, you know, to pay homage to Chadwick, I think that's his name, to pay homage to him or whatever the case is, they're going to say what they're going to say, which is fine. You know, they want to be like, oh my gosh, you know, look at him, you know, oh great, great, everything's good or whatever the case is. That's what they want to do. So I mean, to me, it's just a social justice thing for the reason why I got all the views that it got. So that being said, I don't like Marvel movies as it stands. So I'm not a big fan of Marvel movies. I don't really like it here. But today, what we are going to do is we're going to talk about accountability. And I've always wanted to kind of go into situations like this, these particular conversations where we talk about accountability, because not many people in general like to talk about accountability, man. They consistently blame others. They consistently look for avenues to become victims. That shit is super fucking irritating. I'm so tired of people now. There is a what do you call it? What's the name? PewDiePie now. So now everybody's coming up to PewDiePie, and what they ended up doing is they this victim mindset is ridiculous, man. I can't deal with it. Either way, we want to talk about is accountability, and what I want to show you here is exactly what I wanted to kind of say. And I apologize for it having so many issues. I'm gonna post this up on the Jumbotron for the people that are on Twitter to see what I'm talking about. Why can't I spell accountability is beyond me. My bad. What's going on, Shadow? I'm gonna retweet this shit. Nope, that's not it. Nope, nope, nope. It's this thing. Share that shit on the Jumbotron so you can see. I'm on YouTube right now, so they can see me in real time what I'm saying. And um the accountability thing. I always wanted to kind of talk about relationships and how no one wants to take accountability for their actions. I've always wanted to do that. And this is the type of shit that really bothers me in this space. If you look at what I posted in the Jumbotron, right, you'll see like this girl. She says here, this is her accountability, right? That she beats a guy online and he wines and dine me. Operative, the focus on the wine and dines. Then she says that she meets another guy and he spoils me and buys me everything I want, right? But I'm just waiting for it. He has a whole wife and side chicks, right? Then she says that she goes back to her fucking vomit, the old fucking dating dude, whatever the case is, her ex, right? And then he was a narcissist. That's what you hear typically in today's standards, right? It's always a narcissist or whatever the case is, which I don't know. Like, I feel like people go on social media and they just totally just jump on particular buzzwords and they run with it. Then she says she beats another guy who she thought was perfect, but he's gay. So the conversation started and she got 6.8 million views on Twitter. And I was kind of floored at the whole fact that nobody really kind of, there was a lot of people that actually, said that, oh, girl, men are shit, right? This is the typical rhetoric that you always hear. Men are pieces of garbage. We are pieces of shit. It's always us, right? It's always a guy that's doing some shit as if women don't cheat as well, which is unfortunate that people don't kind of, they don't, they don't look into this shit. It's just fucking annoying. So I had a conversation with one of the chicks that replied, and she said this, right? So let me know if you can see this here. See if he's in here. Jay, let me know if you can see what I can see here. So someone basically stated this. He says, sounds like she's the one constant in every failed relationship because the situation was different. But nah, I'm sure she's the victim, but I'm just going to sip my tea. That's what they said, right? That's what that's what they said. Then you have Captain Saberho, right? This is a person that was most likely in a failed relationship. I hope I'll be able to find it. Someone says, how is she responsible for the gay one, though? Or the one who cheated, or even the married one? Which is kind of crazy to me because when she first started off describing what type of guys she wanted, or what the other guys, she was actually kind of like hypnotized by the money and the trips and shit like that, which is unfortunate. It's unfortunate that that's how she considers. That's what she considers a good guy. That's how she considers it. You know what I mean? So that was the thing. So so you had a lot of people really in this lady's like thread here, and they and I want to show you where I was at because that's what I'm trying to find out here because I made some comments as well. Let me see if I can find it. Man, I don't know if any of you guys are in a relationship at the moment. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you guys are in a relationship, but I'm gonna tell you right now, the lack of accountability for everybody, not women or men, but everybody. The reason why it seems to be exacerbated on the women's side is because there are a lot of corporations that will, basically they know that women buy shit. So they're going to definitely side with them. That's how that works. If you can argue with your fucking mom with that one. I'm not going to go into it. I'm not going to argue about the situation. That's just how things are nowadays. It's unfortunate, but that's what it is. I'm sure if we got the leeway to say that all women ain't shit, right, then we would act the same way. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's going on here. It's huh, it just blows me away that people couldn't see that that lady that's in that chat there. She didn't want to talk about the accountability. Like, how do you meet a guy that's going to fly you around and that buys you things, right? This is two different dudes, and you think that he's just doing it for what? Why do you think that he's doing it in the first place? Is what I have a question for all women. Why do you think he's doing it in the first place? How do you think he has all them side chicks? Does that ever register to you at all? That's the thing. Do you think that guys are just doing shit just to give you shit? Is that what you think it is? We're just giving you shit because you like your personality. There's always a reason for it, and there's will always be. I don't understand. Like, you know what is what's funny here is that a guy would go after a girl just sheer off of sheer looks, right? That's we know that, right? But a woman will always want to see what a guy is, what he has to offer. That I mean, we get it. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. That's what a guy. We are the type of we are we are providers. That's how we are built. So I think I found it right. I think I find Miss Chickadee right. I don't know why it took me forever to find this one, right? So when the person said here, she says, I guess it's a dude, right? Probably a fucking simp. But he says here, how is she responsible for the gay one or the one that cheated or even the married one? And someone said because she chose them, right? There was a reason why she chose them, and that was for the things that they were able to provide. That's what it is. Let's keep it a buck. Like, if we're going to take accountability for a situation, take accountability for it. Like, why else would he give you all this shit? So Sarah, that's in this thread, and again, this is on YouTube, right? She says, and it must be her fault because men can't take accountability for their actions. Just play the victim. I did this cuz he's a POS. That's why. She says, yes, I'm bitter. Loyalty is so damn rare, and people blame instead of owning to their actions, right? I go ahead and I say this. I said she was clearly attracted to the money instead of the personality. I said, y'all worry about the wrong things, right? The wrong things. And you're bitter about your choices. I said, there's always a red flag. Why would you decide to stay there if, I mean, I guess she stayed there for the things. Let's keep it a buck. You know what I'm saying? That's what the other girl says. So she says, this is what really kind of triggered this whole situation, right? This is what kind of made me fall over. She says, so she can't be attracted to be spoiled and the attention that comes with it without expecting to be lied to. What exactly should she be worried about? That's what fucking took me. That's what fucking took me with this situation. So she can't be attracted to being spoiled. In this world, as a fully functioning adult, why do you think someone gave you any fucking thing for free? Why do you think someone's going to just give you shit? What do you think that person is giving you it for? I don't understand. I don't get it. We're in this world where we think that men and women are equal. They are totally different entities. They are not the same thing. A man and a woman, regardless of whatever fucking social justice to say that people can just fluidly go through one fucking what do you call it? One fucking gender to the other. You cannot fight genetics. Period. That's something that you can't change. No matter how much hormones you fucking taking, no matter what the fuck you do to your body, you are always going to remain your genetic fucking profile. Period. That's the end of it. And what comes with that genetic profile is behavioral patterns. These chemicals that work in the brain creates these actions. Men just doesn't function the same way as a female. And I can't stress that enough because women seem to think, and there's some men too, especially simps, people, I'll say, seem to think that men and women view sex equally. We do not view sex equally at all. We have totally different fucking goals. And there's a reason why a man could procreate until his body can't do it anymore. And a woman can only procreate until she hits a certain level. It takes a lot to create something that has trillions of fucking cells. So there's a cutoff period because the body starts to degenerate. But the functionality for sex works differently. A man is going to continuously want to spill his seed all the time until we can't anymore. Whereas biology will literally put a hard stop on female biology. They view things completely differently. Men view value differently than women. It's the same thing. It's always going to be the same way. And we consistently get this equality bullshit. Sex is a big fucking deal to a man. It is built into our fucking biology to have it. You can't change that from a man. No matter how much a woman will say that he's a dog, right? He's a dog. I don't understand why. Let me see here. Gold diggers, okay. He's a dog. I can't believe that he did this. He did this. A lot of the actions from a man is driven by sex. A woman will definitely go out to see what she is, what the guy can provide to him. That automatically lets you know. A woman is all about the experience when it comes to sex, foreplay, things of that nature. A man doesn't give a flying fuck where, how. We don't care. We don't give a fuck about kissing. And you got a lot of women that wants a guy to cuddle and shit like that. That's just not how we function. But continuing on to this shit, right? She got 222 likes. There were so many women that jumped on the fact that she says that a woman can't be attracted to being spoiled. There is consequences for things. There's cause and effects, I should say. If a guy is going to give you something, he is looking for something in return. I don't give a fuck what society says. A man and a woman cannot be friends. That's not how we function. Typically, a man and a woman don't have a lot in common anyway. And our brains don't think the same fucking way. It just doesn't. I'm just so sick of society trying to beat the man out of the man. You can't change how a man fucking functions. That's like society doing that to a woman. She can't be emotional. She can't feel this way. You know what I'm saying? She can't be hypergamous or whatever the case is. That's not how that shit works. And there are women out there that want a man to be a man, but there's so many things against a man right now, just being a man. There's so many things that creates the situation where I don't want to get canceled. I don't want to say what I really want to say. You know, so this girl goes on. She says, if it was only easy to pick out a good from the bad, what is considered good from the bad? I always want to know this. I need to know what a woman thinks, right? A good guy is. That is the fucking $1,000,000 question. That will always be the $1,000,000 question because I don't know what they are considering a good guy. Because here's the thing that typically happens, right? When a woman encounters, right, a good guy, here's what ends up happening when she encounters a good guy. He's fucking boring. He's fucking boring when they encounter a good guy. Why? Because again, a woman functions in a way where they like to be stimulated with how their brains work. Men are visual creatures, so we want to be stimulated, right, on how our brain works. So a woman can look good, and that's good enough for us, right? Because we just worry about the visuals. We've all known this, right? So that's nothing. That's not new. But a way that a woman is stimulated is by their emotions. They are emotional creatures. This is starting to show the difference between man and a woman, right? There's a difference. So when a woman goes into a relationship that is lacking, right, an emotional output, and because this day and age, right, everything's warped, as you already probably could gather. Every fucking thing is warped. Everything's fucking warped. Typically, what would actually satisfy a woman is the emotional roller coaster of having a child, right? And what that involves. But since women could, there's many different birth controls, I'll just leave it like that, right? So since a woman can have whatever they want, right? Um, they'll have whatever they fucking want. They don't have the kids anymore, though. And what interestingly happens in this case, right, is they get bored with relationships. That's what it is. You get to a guy, the guy has a 9 to 5, right? Comes home, he supports his girl and things of that nature, right? That's what he does. And a woman will sit there and be like, this is not fulfilling to me. And for any woman that wants to talk about this shit, let me fucking know. Let me know on this shit. You tell me if I'm fucking wrong about this. You know what I'm saying? You tell me if I'm wrong about this shit. If a guy is just 9 to 5, right? Is he going to be really interested? You be honest with yourself. If you don't have to worry about where the guy is at, right? If you don't have to worry about where he's at, and he's that faithful, would that be exciting to you? Because I'm starting to see here, this is what I'm starting to understand here. And this has always been something that was very interesting to me. And this is going, I have a lot of friends that they have relationships that failed. And it was always, this is not about who blames who. This is just observations. Women, here's the problem, right? They cheated on their boyfriends or husbands. That's what they did. They sat there and they cheated on their boyfriends and husbands. The guys were attractive dudes, so you can't say it wasn't that, or was their attraction. Maybe they were ugly or whatever the case is. The guys were also tall. We were talking about 5'10" to 6'2", still fucking cheated. They were financially stable, where they had houses, or the girl didn't have to do anything at all, right? So you can't say that. They also remembered birthdays and anniversaries, right? So you can't say it's that. So why did the cheating happen? If the girl was in a committed relationship with the man, whether it be boyfriend and girlfriend, or whether it be marriage, why did the girl cheat? I'm read some comments on YouTube, right? So Mr. Bates, I'll call him that because I don't want to put it out there here. He says, this is why I play my games, period. Today's society is making me not want a girlfriend right now, period. He says, it's nuts. And I agree with you. So this is not like a situation of being an incel or whatever the case is. Oh, I got a message. Are you talking about the woman want? Are you talking about what women want based off of biology alone, or it in general? So what I'm talking about, I don't want to put her name out there. She may not want her name like out there like that though. But what I'm talking about is there you go. What I'm talking about is genetically, like biology, what a woman wants. This is the type of shit that's a hard pill to swallow. This is a hard pill to swallow. This is something that you can't. It's the being told the truth sucks. All of this shit that this girl Sarah said about her men can't take accountability and then men are pieces of shit. Like what's up with the vitriol? What's up with that? Everywhere I go, I keep hearing women be so fucking upset, like really belligerent. I don't see men like that. If we're so equal, right? Why are men not going over to social media and being so full of fucking hate? What's up with that? Why is this girl so bitter? I said this, right? She says, if only it was easy to pick out the good from the bad. And I told her it is. Most women are blind to it. They would rather have chaos than stability, wealth instead of necessity, form instead of function. I've seen women turn down men because of their height. The guy was like 5'10" and she was 5'5". So when women say that they can't find a man and they're so lonely and men aren't shit, what's really going on? Are women in the situation where they believe that are you is it unrealistic? Your expectations, women? Is it unrealistic? Is what you want just isn't obtainable? I don't see guys literally going after the fucking best of the best of the best of the best of the best. And that's what you see consistently in society. And society encourages women to have this behavior because anytime someone calls out a woman on their bullshit, the entire society comes down on them. We're not talking about domestic abuse or whatever the case is. We're talking about, you know, a girl that takes the guy out to, or I'm sorry, excuse me, a guy that takes a girl on first date, and that girl has no intentions of messing with him any kind of way, not even platonic, romantic, nothing. She just wants a fucking date or dinner, and it's encouraged. It's encouraged to shit on a man. It's encouraged to make men look like idiots. And it's encouraged for women to be horrible individuals. That's what is encouraged. It's unfortunate. I believe if society wasn't pushing women to believe that everybody was a fucking dime piece, we wouldn't have this fucking issue. Because like I said before, taking accountability, a woman can sit there and want a guy that's 6'2", 6 figures, fucking 6 inches or fucking more. And they say, go on, girl, get it. Now, this chick that wants all of this shit is 5'2", 270 pounds, and have pounds and pounds of makeup that completely transform her fucking face. And she just doesn't look good aesthetically without all the additions. And the second that a guy would say that I can't fuck with this, it's not my type, they get shitted on. I want to explain something to the women out there and all the men that's simping. There's so many people that, and I appreciate everybody, right? I appreciate everybody that is supporting me for doing this illicit therapy, right? I think that everybody needs fucking therapy. I think you need a reset because society just keeps pumping horrible ideas into both all of us. But here's the situation, right? The situation is that everybody wants an ideal person. And the ideal person is not fucking 5'1", 300 pounds for a man. An ideal person for a man is not somebody that's going to give them fucking lip all the fucking time. I am a Christian, and they say this in the Bible, right? They say that nagging, a woman's nagging is like cancer to his bones. Whether you believe the book is correct or not, back then they even had fucking issues. A woman's voice is very powerful. They may not be physically powerful, but that shit can make anyone succumb. Whether it's the sweet talking voice or the sharp nagging, where they just say, I don't fucking want to hear this shit anymore. Fuck it. Fuck it. Which is where we're going through now. Nobody wants a 400, 300 pound person. Nobody wants somebody that's fucking consistently aggressive on any end. A man is a provider. He wants to provide for his family and or his spouse. And when you take that shit away, these independent women, it don't look attractive. That's a masculine. Being a provider and making the bread is a fucking masculine trait. I get that you want to be independent. I get that society kind of prevents you from being on your own. I get that. You need the powers of two to make things work. But at the same time, that's not a feminine trait. And you can't get mad about a guy wanting a fucking female. I don't understand this. A guy that wants a fucking chick, he wants feminine traits. Just like a woman wants a masculine man. She wants a guy to provide. No one said that's the problem, right? No one said that that shit's a problem for a woman that wants a provider. That's what you're supposed to fucking want. And somebody that protects you and the family. That is totally okay. But a man is supposed to want another fucking man. Women act more manly than these men out here now. And you'll be surprised on the people that follow me, which I probably lose the followers. I don't give a fuck. People that follow me are completely complicit in this bullshit, and they just revoked they gave their man card away. They said, fuck it. I'll do anything for a woman's attention, including just give up my fucking masculine traits away. Sure, girl, you could be 475 fucking pounds. I'll love you for just the way you are, knowing the ideal. Everybody wants an ideal, just like a woman wants a 6'2" guy with abs and muscles. A man does not want a 475-pound woman. They don't want that shit. We will accept it because a man is more receptive to reality than a woman. And one of the reasons why is because society is making a lot of fucking women delusional. It's like you're always fucking right. If a man gets cheated on, what did he do? If a woman gets cheated on, guess what it is? Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Oh, men ain't shit. What does she do? What does she do to cause the fucking cheating? No one asks that question because you know what? It ain't popular. It ain't popular. I'm going to go back to YouTube really quickly and say what I see here. I do the girls, then move on. That's what Gaming Night says. I wonder if it's no kiss in the first date. It is I'm picky and choosy when I'm looking for a woman. Now, I'll say this. I was raised by 6 sisters and 1 mother, right? And that by default made me a very picky person in terms of dating. And it also gave me some insight on how a lot of women behave in these particular relationships. It gave me a lot of insight on how that works. And what I figured out is that I do want a feminine woman. I'm not asking for a fucking slave or a robot. But the woman's strengths, it doesn't have to be masculine, where you are constantly butting heads. That shit is fucking fatiguing. Men already have to deal with this shit when they go to work, and they can't say certain shit to keep their fucking job. You know what I'm saying? So we have to hold that shit in. We don't want to go home with a whole bunch of fucking bullshit as well at the house and at work. There's no fucking, like, no way to kind of diffuse shit. And it's about time that women understand, this society, understands that men and women are completely fucking different. There's nothing that we really view on the same place. Now, I'll read this shit too. There's a DM here. Biologically, a woman wants a provider and to create the next generation. Society and government and all of that extra shit is trying to the way men are changing the way men and women think. They do. It's just point blank period. That's what's really happening. I don't know what the point is for men and women to be. They're trying to roll reverse. I don't understand that. It ain't for me to understand. But one of the things is this: even with the amount of society pressure, you just can't. How can I put it? With the societal pressures, biologically, you're still going to want what you want. Ultimately, I'm sure everybody that's in this space and on YouTube has actually dealt with a situation where you had to pretend to be somebody else, even momentarily, to keep the peace. You cannot sustain it. So all this independent shit, I'm independent, I don't need no fucking man. Those particular women are the loudest on the fucking internet. They are the loudest on the fucking internet, crying about how men ain't shit. Which I don't know what the fuck does that mean. Well, I don't know what the oh, they're looking for sex. That's all they care about is sex. That is so horrible. How could you want sex? Okay. How could you want my resources? Why do you just care about my money? Well, we can say the same shit too. But nobody says anything about society. That no one says that. That's okay. That's okay. You could just want to suck everybody else. This dude said, "Yo, frequent, you stupid. You stupid. You stupid. You stupid." I hope though. I ain't gonna read that. I ain't gonna read that out loud. I hope though. I want to be yo. But that's what you get though. I would love to have women come up on the show and explain themselves. What exactly, and be honest, have an honest conversation. I would love to have a woman come on to the show and have an honest conversation, what they really want and what they expect. I want to know what a man is. What is a dog to a woman? Why do women consistently go on social media and TikTok and everything else to claim that a man ain't shit and all he wants is sex? Because the same thing could be said about a woman. All you want is my fucking money. And I really failed to understand this too, right? When a woman would sit there and say that I got my own shit. I got my own shit. I don't need you. I make 6 fucking figures. I'm this. I have a PhD. I have 4 of them motherfuckers, right? Cool. And why the fuck do you want my money then? You got the money. You got the money. You make your own money. You are a strong, independent woman. You got it. Why do you want my money then? I would love to know that. I would love to have the answer. Oh, we want to work together. We want to work together. And put, no. Because you're an independent woman. You don't need anybody. You have your own house. You have your own car. You have your own everything. Why do you need my resources to do what? I have no problem as an adult man to fulfill my role as a provider. Men are clamoring to be providers. That's why there is a such thing as simps. We want to be a provider so bad. And a modern woman takes that away from us. You cannot want a provider but be independent. That doesn't make sense. It doesn't work. I want to provide. And I will say this before I before I close this shit, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I really do. Because I want to kind of clean this up. I kind of got thrown off because for whatever reason, that's why I don't like fucking PC gaming. PC gaming sucks because PCs be fucking up. I didn't touch this computer. I reset this bitch twice before this podcast started. I want to start the shit at 9, and it's still fucked up. Fuck these PCs, by the way. But I will say this, right? Once again, I appreciate everybody that supported this. I've been wanting to do this. This illicit therapy tag, this name, actually it's 2 years old. I had a whole different YouTube that was attached to this shit. A whole different YouTube. And I was like, well, fuck it. I'm not gonna have 17 YouTube channels. I'm just gonna combine it. So I really do appreciate you guys. I hope you guys continue to support. Because what I'm gonna try to do is my guest on this show would be the actual threads that I find online on Twitter or sometimes on YouTube. And I'm going to talk about it just like this. But in closing, we got to do better as a society. We have to do better. We have to do better than what we're doing now. It's just, eventually you're going to want what you want. Like I said before, women want to be feminine. They want to be feminine so badly. So badly they want to be feminine. But society says that you're not supposed to want any children. You're not supposed to want to be emotional and cater to your man or whatever the case is, and cater for some reason. People just make up definitions out of the clear blue fucking sky. So catering don't mean catering anymore, right? Catering just simply means, well, take a look at what catering actually means, right? So I'm going to put this out here. What the fuck does catering mean? Just so I'll know. Because apparently people get this shit fucked up. Catering. Meaning. I said meaning, bitch. Let me see here. Cater to. Pamper. Tailor. Well, treat well. So you look at these things, and that's what you will get. You can treat people well, but supposedly, you have to make sure that you wear the pants, and you got to make sure that I gotta go to you and consult you. A man has to consult a woman before a decision is made. I think a lot of women, whether you guys want to admit it or not, right? Females always crying and more saying there is a man when they need one. I gotta see that again. Women don't like to make decisions. I think that's pretty much well known. I don't know what it is about the biology of the situation, but they don't like to make decisions. They don't. They would rather someone else do it. That's why when I do my sales job, they always put their husband on the phone when it comes to this. Or you get the masculine fucking women that think that society has actually taught her that she can get whatever the fuck she wants, and then she gets rudely awakened by me because I definitely don't give you what the fuck you want when you come to me on some crazy note. But typically, women don't like to make the decisions, and they would rather somebody else make the decision because there's a lot to think about when it comes to decisions. Not to say that women are dumb or anything like that. It has nothing to do with that. There's a lot when a woman thinks this is based off of my sisters and my mom. They don't think about like the actual raw possibilities of things coming out. They think about how they feel about each possibility, which takes time to process. Feelings always takes time to process. That's why our savants, their emotional intelligence it's very low. And because of it being very low, they can process information like a fucking computer because emotions muddies thoughts up. This is why women get hypnotized by the sex game of other people, of guys. They get fucked up when they get some good ass dick. They get fucked up. To a guy, it's just a fucking Tuesday. To a woman, that shit's the fucking world. If you know how to get what you can get, you know, and that's all because of the emotions that's tied to it. If a guy has the roses on the chocolates and you know the talk and all this other shit, that plays a role in the having a woman fucked up in the head. That's just what it is. We men typically don't have those particular emotions. But the reason why you have simps nowadays, which is going to be next week's show, is about simps and why simps exist. I'll give you a little sneak peek since this is new. The walls are still drying. The paint is still drying. So I will say this, right? You get simps nowadays, right? Because typically it's not easy for a man to be, we're very skeptical, right? You have to really win us over with facts, data, and statistics. That's how you win a man over, right? That's how you win a man over. Cool. But also, a man's weakness is a woman. And if a guy ain't getting that good shit, right, guess what he's going to do? He's going to try to impress the woman, and he will do outrageous fucking things, including defy logic. Oh shit, you may be able to come through next week. I would love to have you on. I would love to have you on and give these perspectives because next week is definitely going to be about Mr. Simps that I see all the time on my timeline, and a girl could look like Jabba the Hutt. Jabba the fucking Hutt. And they'd be like, girl, oh my gosh, you're so beautiful. Oh my God. Just for a woman's attention. They do that shit because a man is weak to a woman. It don't take much for a man, including myself, to just jump off a fucking cliff. I am choosing not to fall for bullshit. Every fucking day is very hard for me to deny that shit. I always have to deny shit because I know I'll do stupid things. I always got to keep myself in a space of focus where I can build up my particular empire and keep that shit moving. So I already know it's not the right time. It ain't the right place right now for relationships for men or women until this world settles the fuck down. Is at this point now that you will be looked at sideways if you say that I am not interested in a transgender woman. They'd be like, she is a woman. How could you say that? We're in such a crazy, tumultuous, upside down, inverted fucking world right now. You can't really say what you want to say. And I don't think it's good for any fucking body, truthfully. I don't think it's good for anybody. But I'm going to end it here. I got some planning to do for my next show. I got to think about how I want to start this off. Be really, productive about the shit. I would have really kind of get into it. It's really hard to do live shows. And hit the nail on the head there. But I noticed I didn't get my gaming brethren other than you and some other people. They didn't want to hear this shit. They don't want to hear it. You know why? Because they don't want to be canceled and they don't want society to shit on them or whatever the case is. They still want to be simps. That's okay, though. That's okay. I'm still going to press on and do me like I always have. But anyway, guys, wish me luck. I have to do Depending on what time. Yeah, we'll link up to see what time is good for you. Um, 'Cause I'll alter it just to make sure that we get a woman's perspective for sure. Wish me luck. I gotta look for places in Florida to live in. That's what I'm planning on doing. That's in my head because I'm buying a house. I'll have like a special room for the whole podcast and everything like that. Make it look real nice. But that's going to be next year. So if anybody got some tips and tricks for that shit, let me know. But I love you guys. Thank you so much